On this episode of SmackDown, the lust for championship gold is at an all-time high. The women are queuing up for Tiffany Stratton. Jacob Fatu is ready to take on all challengers for the United States Championship, and a certain Viper is going to go into legend killer mode, chasing down John Cena and the WWE Championship. This is 5 things that we learned from WWE Smackdown. Number 1, the US title scene is thriving. Now, I was a bit wary when we came out of WrestleMania and we saw LA Knight going back for the United States Championship. We saw Drew McIntyre ultimately dropping down into the United States title picture. But you know what? It creates a lot of intrigue around it because right now we've got a part-time world champion in John Cena. So we need to elevate the United States Championship. It's around the right guy, Jacob Fatu, 100%. That's not even in doubt. But with the challenges around it, this is now the upper mid card and, you know, somewhat main eventers making this feel relevant again, chasing this and making it feel like the most important thing on the show. We had Damian Priest and LA Knight kind of at first saying that they were mutually okay with each other, but they're kind of getting in each other's way. And then they had a match, and then Drew McIntyre was already the #1 contender. So when a match was set up, you know, Nick Aldis wanted to just initially set up Jacob Fatu defending against Damian Priest and LA Knight. And Solo Sikoa, of all people, reminded Nick Aldis that, you know, Drew McIntyre is actually the #1 contender here. So, fatal 4-way. We are getting a fatal 4-way between these men at Backlash. And like I said, it just is maybe not the long-term vision of the US title, but right now, the US title is the most important belt on the show week to week. So we need to make these guys feel special. It's a very good start to Jacob Fatu as champion. This will be a very chaotic match when it happens, a fatal 4-way. LA Knight has been really good in recent weeks. In fact, the match that LA Knight and Damian Priest were having on SmackDown this past week before Solo Sikoa got involved and just, you know, rubbished the whole thing, it was a very good match. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to what they do here, these men, because, like I say, this is now the most important belt on SmackDown week to week, so we've got to elevate it. We've got to make it feel special. So, yeah, I'm sure next week there's going to be one more kind of chaotic build amongst all 4 men before we get into Backlash. And, yeah, when we get to the pay-per-view, you know, it's going to be a chaotic match because these 4 men are crazy. You know what I mean? Number 2, Zelina Vega topples the Secret Hervis. So I know for many, this was a complete shock last week with Chelsea Green dropping the title almost out of nowhere, even though she had lost a couple of times to Zelina Vega. And Zelina Vega, you can see how much this means to her to carry the United States Championship. There was videos this past week of her taking the championship to, you know, the memorial site at 9/11 where her father was tragically killed in that event. And it was great to see those kind of pictures and how much it means to her and stuff like that. And she called her mom on the site. And yeah, she came out this week. She had a match against Piper Niven. Nick Aldis had said if Piper Niven wins this match, she will put herself right into contention and get a championship match against Zelina Vega. These two, Zelina Vega and Piper Niven, actually had a very good match. And of course, on the sidelines, we've got Alba Fire doing her Secret Hervis stuff. We've got Chelsea Green on the side as well, behaving like a widow, mourning the death of her championship reign. She's so good. She's so entertaining. I just don't know, do we move her up the card? Is something like the Hervis helping her get the money in the bank in her future? Let me know what you think about that down below in the comments. But Zelina Vega as a champion, she's going to put her all into it. I can't wait till they start maybe doing some more character stuff with her, giving her some more promo time because she's very good at that. So I think that may be her strong suit. But even within this match, she put on a very good match. And Piper Niven is so good. So I'm not surprised with the match that these guys put on. So yeah, I'm here for Zelina Vega proving to doubters, if there is any, that, you know, she is a very good talent and deserves her spot as the United States champion. Number 3, Aleister Black's Miz match. So this was Aleister Black's first match back on SmackDown for, what, nearly 5 years or something like that. I think they said a commentary like over 1,600 days. He last had a match in 2020, October 2020. So yeah, long time since he's obviously been on SmackDown. Of course, we all know he left the company and he's back. So yeah, this was a very, very fun, again, to kind of see him in the WWE having a match. And like I said, this is a mismatch or a mismatch because I just watched this and I thought, they told me that Aleister Black was done. Malachi back in AEW. They said he was finished. They said, he ain't got nothing more to offer. And even at the kind of slower pace he was going in this match, probably because of The Miz, like, he was so good. He was so good to watch. And I just feel like, this was a total mismatch and we are on to better things. And we got a glimpse of that because when he delivered the Black Mass and pinned Miz 1, 2, 3, we got a nice picture of Carmelo Hayes on the outside, and Carmelo Hayes and Aleister Black stared each other down. This is what we want. We want Aleister Black involved in something good and meaty. We want Carmelo Hayes involved in something good with some top, higher echelon talents. So I definitely think that, we can get somewhere with this. Now, you would assume because maybe it's Aleister Black's first feud back, he will win, and it may not actually help Carmelo, quote unquote. But, maybe they trade wins and stuff like that. We'll see. But I think this is what we want. Miz was just like the barrier to entry sort of thing. We're now arriving at the true story here. Carmelo Hayes versus Aleister Black. Give me what I want. Number 4, proceed with caution. Now, we had this whole mix-up situation where, firstly on the night, Nia Jax was cutting a promo, kind of saying that she's back. She's coming back for Tiffany Stratton and all of that. Tiffany Stratton came out and cut just a very kind of robotic, plain Jane type promo that, yeah, I used to be under you, but now I'm the champion and you can't bully me. And it's like stuff we've heard from her before. Like, I have to go on a little segue here, and I just say, I've said this before WrestleMania, I may have actually put the title back on Charlotte Flair. And Charlotte Flair's been, absent for 2 weeks now. That's a bit weird. But I just don't feel Tiffany Stratton is ready for the upper echelons of WWE and carrying a women's title. Like, I'm not seeing anything. Since she's won it, I'm not seeing anything. I think maybe the pressure might be a lot. Like, everything she done with Nia, alongside Nia last year and stuff like that, was really, really good and really, really fun. I think Nia, her getting kind of dashed to the side come WrestleMania season, I think is unfair because I think Nia was very, very good last year. So I just feel like once now she has the belt, Tiffany Stratton that is, like, she has regressed. She's not really doing anything. She's not really showing me she's a champion. All right, she can wrestle, good performances, but wrestling is not the be-all and end-all in the WWE, Like, I just feel like we need to tell better stories with her. Her character needs to evolve somewhat, and she's not doing that. And this is why I say proceed with caution, because Jade Cargill has entered this fray of this women's championship. She came out following Naomi coming out and cutting a great promo. And Naomi is going to catch speed and catch pace quickly with the fans because people really enjoy this change of character. They're really enjoying what she's doing right now. And obviously these women main evented the show in a tag match where Nia Jax teamed with Naomi going up against Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill. They had to put their differences to one side, right? And in the end, Jade Cargill pinned Nia Jax, which is a good power move, which Jade Cargill does very well. Pinned her, picked up Tiffany Stratton's title and was kind of clutching it and holding it and admiring it until she got flattened by Naomi, who then picked up the title. And I feel like the reaction was a lot bigger when Naomi picked up the title. Like, people like Naomi. People loved her as a babyface. People are enjoying this heel turn and they wouldn't mind seeing her as champion. So, this whole story is not really the best with all of them right now. It kind of entangled with one another. But Tiffany Stratton has to proceed with caution because Naomi is coming like a speed train. And if Tiffany Stratton doesn't really kind of buck up on her ideas, in my opinion, develop some character, start cutting some really good promos, I don't think they will hesitate to put this title on Naomi because right now she's doing some really, really good work. Number 5, Legend Killer Mode activated. Now, this week there was no John Cena on SmackDown. He will be on the show next week, but we had a Randy Orton promo and Randy Orton came out and he cut a really good promo about, just how John Cena, he was cool living in the kind of PG bubble and now we're out of that, he's kind of imploded and, he talked about all the merch he has and all the lies and stuff he's kind of been telling about, this is now the true him, that he was never really this person that he always claimed to be. And Randy Orton talks about how he's always kind of lived his truth and never tried to kind of tell others he's anyone else but who he is, sort of thing. And yeah, he was really just getting at the point, but more than anything, he was really just using this as a segment to sell that match that they've got coming up at Backlash for the WWE Championship. John Cena, the champion, defending against Randy Orton, and how Randy Orton is going to punt John Cena's head clean off his neck. I hope they do it. I hope they do it. I mean, they probably won't because Randy Orton's not winning, but like, I would think it would be a really good spot if we can do something around that or tease it or something like that. Randy Orton also alluded the fact that John Cena's a legend and that he is going to kill the legend of John Cena. So legend killer Randy Orton, '09 Randy Orton as the streets call it. Are we going to see that man turn up at Backlash? I hope so, because I'm not looking forward to this match, and we may need something to spice up what we're going to get from a spectacle point of view. Like, in terms of the pageantry and everything, the name value, John Cena versus Randy Orton, yes, this is going to be good. You know, these men are top level in this industry. But in terms of once that bell rings, yeah, I don't know, man. So let's really hope we can get to a level where this match is going to be great. And I don't mind even if it's like a 5-7 minute sprint, like just some absolute chaos, and then maybe John Cena cheats to win. I don't know how you want to do it, but let's not make this match overstay its welcome. Let's keep it really good, giving how up there these guys are in age and how they move in the ring these days. We know John Cena's going to retain, so let's just do it in the most entertaining way possible. So those are my thoughts on Friday Night Smackdown. And of course, amidst all of this, there were releases just before Smackdown went live. I've done a live stream on the channel, so you can check out my reactions in real time to people being released from WWE, which it's never nice. I hope all of those guys and girls land on their feet and, you know, find work. I'm sure they will because they're super talented. But yeah, there's a reaction stream on the channel right now, so you can check that out as well. If you enjoyed today's video, hit the like button. And if you're new here, welcome to the channel. My name's Mex. I make videos on WWE and AEW. So if that sounds like something for you, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell as well, so you get notified every single time I drop a new video. WrestleManiac UK signing out, and I'll see you soon. You know what I mean?